Hi everyone, I'm Carly, or just Kay for short, I don't really care, and this is my first ever crochet tutorial, so yay! Today we're going to be making fingerless gloves, or arm warmers, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I tried to make it pretty easy to follow along with, obviously comment with any questions, and yeah, good luck! So you're gonna start with the slip knot, and to do this, you're just gonna twist the yarn like so, and then reach through like you're pinching, and then grab the yarn and pull it through like that. And then you're gonna get your hook and pull on both ends and tighten it onto your hook. Next, you're gonna yarn over, which is basically when you just wrap the yarn around your hook like so, and then you're gonna bring it down and pull through that loop, and that's going to be your first chain. So basically, if my camera will focus here, you're just going to want to chain until it reaches around your hand like so. My hands are pretty small. Mine is 27 chains, but yours may be bigger. Alright, next you are going to insert your hook into the first chain that you made. It may be a little hard to get it in there, that's fine. And then once you insert your hook, you're going to yarn over and then pull through both of the loops on your hook. This is called a slip stitch. After that, you're going to chain one. And then we're going to make a half double crochet into the same stitch. So to do that, you're going to yarn over, go into that slip stitch that you just made, yarn over again, pull that through, yarn over again, and then pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And that is how you do a half double crochet. So you're basically just going to do that around the entire round. So here you can see me going into the next stitch, and you're just going to put your hook right in the middle of it and repeat the exact same process all the way around. One important thing to remember is that when you're making your stitches, that big gap right there is not the next stitch. That's the one you just went into. So you're gonna want to go into the stitch next to it. Alright, so here I am doing the last stitch of the round. And then to finish off this round, what we're gonna do is slip stitch into the first half double crochet of the round, but don't do a full slip stitch. Once you put your hook through, you're gonna want to cut the string, it doesn't really matter how long, and then you're actually going to grab your new color and loop that onto the hook. Once you have that looped on, you're going to use your hook to pull it through both the half double crochet stitch and then the other loop on your hook. And then you're going to tie those 2 tail ends together, and then I'm going to show you a technique that you can use in future projects so you don't have to go back and weave all the ends in. So we're going to start with a chain and then a half double crochet into the same stitch, just like we did before. After that, you're going to grab the 2 tails that you just tied together, and basically you're going to half double crochet around the entire round like you just did, except In the first few stitches, make sure your hook goes underneath those two tails as well so that you're getting it into the stitch, if that makes sense. So just do that for the first couple few, and then you can just cut off any excess. So here I'm just doing the last half double crochet of the round, and then you're going to repeat the exact same process that you just did and attach the other color you chose, and you're going to do that for every round to switch between colors so that you can do the stripes. You're going to want to stop when basically if you hold it at the base of your hand, it reaches to right underneath your thumb. For me, that's 4 rows. For a lot of other people, I think it'll also be 4. So you're going to chain. You're going to half double crochet into the same stitch. And now we're going to make the thumb hole. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by chaining 4. And then once you have your 4 chains, you're going to count 5 stitches forward and half double crochet into the 5th one. Some people may have bigger thumbs than I do because my hands are pretty small. So in that case, you can chain 5 and then go into the 6th stitch. After this, you're just going to finish the row like normal. Alright, this next part is a little tricky, but do not fret, it will be okay. So start by chaining 1, and then half double crochet into the same stitch, just like you've done for every other round. And then what we're gonna do is basically half double crochet into the top of each of the chains. I'm making sure to also include the tails from that round as I go into these, just so I don't have to go in and weave them in later. But it's basically the same thing you did for the first row where you just half double crocheted into the chains. So you're going to do 4 half double crochets for each of the 4 chains that go across. Alright, so after cutting off the excess, just finish the round like normal, like you've been doing with the rounds without the thumb hole. And you're just going to keep doing those normal rounds until you reach your desired length. For me, after the round we just did, I did 2 more rounds. But you can also try on the glove to see where it ends and if it's at a good stopping point for you. Alright, for this next part, you're going to grab your black yarn, or I guess whatever color, and make a slip knot. And then you're going to put your hook into the first stitch after the slip knot, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops on your hook. That is a single crochet. And basically, you're just going to repeat that around the entire top of the glove. Alright, and then for your last stitch, make sure to just go into the slip knot. And then once you finish that last stitch, you're going to single crochet, nope, not single crochet, whoops. You're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of that round, similar to how you would finish off the half double crochet rounds. And then you're just going to cut your yarn, pull your hook through, and pull it tight. And just like that, we are on the last section. So you're going to want to get your black yarn, make a slip knot, and then go on the other end of the glove where all the initial chains you made are, and go into one of those and create a single crochet the same way you did on the other side of the glove. So basically, for the chain stitches, you're just going into the little loops at the top. So you're going to do that all the way around, and then you're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. So now we're going to do the cool mesh looking stitch. So you're going to start off by chaining 4, and then you're going to skip a stitch and double crochet into the next stitch by yarning over, going into it, yarning over again, going out, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 of the loops, not all 3, and then you're going to yarn over again and pull through those last remaining 2. And then you're going to chain 1, skip another stitch, and go into the next stitch and do another double crochet. And you're going to repeat this for the entire round. Once you reach the end here, it's okay if there's like 2 stitches left instead of 1. The number doesn't have to be exact, but basically you're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain up, because those initial 3 chains will act as 1 double crochet, and then there's the 1 remaining chain to connect to the next stitch, if that makes any sense. So then once you finish that, you're going to chain 4 again. And then once you chain those 4, you're going to double crochet into the top of the double crochet in the round below, if that makes sense. So here, I'll point it out right here. You're just gonna go into that stitch right there and double crochet into that. And then once you double crochet into that stitch, you're gonna chain 1 again, and then double crochet into the next double crochet in the round below. And you're gonna repeat that for the entire round. After repeating that process for as many rounds as you like, I like to do 6 rounds total, you're going to insert your hook into the chain 1 space, yarn over and do a single crochet. And then you're going to insert your hook into the double crochet and do a single crochet into that. And then you're just going to continue for the entire round, going into the chain 1 space, then the next double crochet. And then I forgot to record this part, but you're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round once you're done, like we did in earlier rounds. And then to sew in ends, simply get the tail, put it on your darning needle, and then kind of just go through the stitches like this, just kind of weave them through like the V shapes of the stitches. There's honestly no perfect or correct way to do it, just as long as the tail is hidden. And then you're going to pull that through, cut off the excess, and then just do that with the rest of the tails around the entire project. And so, with all that said and done, we have our first glove, yes! But of course, we can't only have 1 glove, so, yay! Make the second using the exact same process, and you got yourself some handy dandy, super cool gloves. Hope this worked out for you, and yeah.